Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today I decided to put all the newest, latest, and greatest releases from e.l.f. Cosmetics and put them in this video. I will be focusing mainly in like the Hydrating Camo Foundation CC Cream as well as the brushes and the brand new blushes, but I figured why not just add a couple more of their newest releases and make this just like an e.l.f. video. I know that you guys love those videos, so I really hope that you do in fact love it. If you do enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so I think I'm just gonna like keep my Christmas, where is it? Over here, my Christmas decor till the rest of the year, because like unfortunately, I'm just not the girly that puts everything away the day after Christmas. I'm just not. Really quickly, I did buy everything with my own money. I don't know if I am on the PR list or not. Like, sometimes they send me things, sometimes they don't. But everything in this video I bought myself, so just letting you guys know. So I kind of want to just start out with the brows, and then we'll move into the complexion. And by the way, we do have a couple little friends because I was eating all Christmas long. So for the brows, I did just want to put this in this video because I have been loving it. I did not expect to love this eyebrow pencil as much as I have. So e.l.f. actually came out with a brand new reformulation of an old staple. So they've always had this type of like e.l.f. brow pencil. They actually reformulated it for it to be waterproof. So it's called the e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil. I do have the shade Auburn. It does come with a spoolie as well as a retractable pencil. Let me tell you guys about this pencil. It's kind of like a pomade. Is it going to be the most precise? No. But it's going to fill in your brows in like 2 seconds. And it is very creamy and pigmented, so you really don't even have to press down hard at all. But it is like very blendable because again, it's almost like a pomade. So even if you think that like maybe that's like a little too harsh, all you have to do is run the spoolie through it and it just gives you almost like a feathered type of brow. I have been loving it. Not only is it already just like a good brow pencil that is so inexpensive, but that waterproof aspect to it really has been working for me. Sometimes I do like to wear a little bit of makeup to the gym, and I sweat a lot at the gym. I do. I like do a lot of exercise, and I even go into saunas, and my brows stay in place. So obviously I haven't like swum with it or anything, so in that sense I don't know if it's waterproof, but just know that it is like extremely sweat proof. It really does stay in place all day, and I just have nothing bad to say about it. Like, even the price tag is great. So if you have been thinking about trying out this brow pencil, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna quickly throw some brow gel off of camera because I don't have any new brow gel from e.l.f. and I'll be right back and we can move on to the complexion. Let's get into the skin. I am super excited because I actually already tried the CC cream. I kind of wanted to give it a little bit of like a wear test. Christmas Day actually, I wore it all day and all night, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts on that. I do have 3 different shades that we could test out for the Hydrating Camo Cream, and I also did buy the brushes that are brand new. So first, let me show you guys a little bit about this Camo Cream. We can swatch some of the shades to see if it helps you out, and then we'll apply it. This is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. It has the same packaging as the regular Camo CC Cream, and I personally used to love that one. I haven't used it in a long time, but I really did like that product. So on the back, it says this is a full coverage, color correcting meets a dewy hydrated finish with a multitasking dream cream. It's infused with a blend of tremella mushrooms, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, vegan collagen. This hydrating formula plumps the skin appearance plus helps protect with broad spectrum SPF 30. Okay, so this is going to be 330W, which is warm. As you guys can see, definitely a little yellowy, but can totally make it work. Then we have 310C. This is a little lighter and a little bit cooler tone. On camera it looks like that might be better for me, but in person it's like very peachy, maybe a little bit too peachy for me. I'm definitely more of an olive undertone. And then the last one is olive, but it's pretty dark. So this one is 370N, but it does say it does have olive undertones. Oh wow, okay, so those are the shades right there. I think I'm going to use this one. I know this one looks better, but I'm telling you guys, in person, this one looks straight up orange. I can work with yellow more than orange. And then this one's just way too dark for me. So just in case you guys needed some help. Again, we're using this shade 330W. I don't have any skin prep other than like my skincare. I'm not gonna add any primer. We're just gonna test this out as it is. I think I'm just gonna do one side first to show you guys the full effect, and then we can do the other side. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but it does have a pump, which is nice. So again, we're looking for a full coverage, color correcting, dewy, hydrated finish. Okay, so that is half the face, and it's really, really pretty. So obviously I did have some blemishes and it did cover them up. I would say this is definitely like a medium to full coverage in the best way. Like, it's not super cakey and like super full coverage, but it definitely covers everything it needs to cover. It definitely has that dewy finish, but it's nothing too greasy, too thick, nothing like that. It's really pretty, and as you guys can see, it blended out in 2 seconds. So far, loving it. So I'm just gonna grab a sponge and take off any excess just to shear it out a little bit, and it definitely gives a little bit more of a natural finish. But yeah, super pretty, super glowy. I really like it. Like I mentioned, I did wear it already because I just wanted to like give it more of a wear test. So I did put it on around 8:30 Christmas Day, and I didn't wash it off until like 9 p.m. Christmas Day. And my skin looked so nice, you guys. I was worried that maybe it would be like too dewy throughout the day, but if you set it with some powder, it actually just like melts onto the skin, and it almost gave me a little bit of like a soft matte finish by the end of the day. Obviously, you don't have to powder if you don't want to, but I guess what I'm getting at is that it wore really, really well. And see how the shade is starting to match? Obviously, with some cream bronzer, we can make it all more seamless. The only thing that I haven't tried in this video is actually the cream blushes, which I'm very excited about. But look how beautiful this looks, and you guys will see it at the end of the video with the rest of the makeup on. But big fan of this. So for cream bronzer, I'm just gonna use like whatever I have. Obviously they don't have like a brand new cream bronzer, but I did want to leave it in the video because I actually got I got both of their new brushes, but I want to try this one first. This one's called the Cream and Powder Face Brush. It's supposed to be a cream and a powder brush, and I thought this was giving Hourglass, isn't it? Super, super like fluffy. This one's really nice and dense, but they're both really, really soft. Why don't we put on the Moira Stay Golden Cream Bronzer? I'm not used to using something this dense. This might be better for like contour, but let's see how it applies. I really am happy they came out with a duo brush like this though, because I know a lot of like high-end companies have these, and e.l.f. brushes are so good. This is definitely applying the product very nicely and very like concentrated, again because it is so dense. You know what, I'm gonna start to swipe a little bit. I'm so used to like tapping, but I think with this brush it's probably better to swipe. So I do really like it. I do think it's a little dense for me personally. I would definitely still use it. I'm just used to using something a little bit more fluffy, but it does feel really nice, and I mean it's applying the product really nicely. I'm very excited about this side though for powder bronzer, and it's like so perfect for traveling. So I will come back to this one. I'm gonna do my concealer off camera, and then we'll try the liquid blushes. I am scared and excited. Why don't we use, let's see, should we use this one or this one? Let's use this one. It's more fun. Why not? By the way, I don't know if I showed you guys, but this is what it looks like. Big, nice doe foot applicators. So we are going to be using the shade Very Well. I am scared. These are described as a super pigmented liquid blush with a soft, dewy finish that's supposed to be super flattering. I'm going to start out with like 1.5 dots and blend it out and see what happens. And then if we need to build it, we'll build it. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. This shade is really, really pretty, actually. I love this shade very well. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, these brushes are very stiff. I'm just not used to something like this. This would be really good to like add product and maybe like contour and chisel, but for me, I would actually prefer something like a little bit less dense. You know what? I'll just use my handy dandy angled brush that I use for all my cream products. This is from Alter Ego. Let's just do the other side real quick. Again, 1.5 dots. I just have a feeling that it'll just look a little bit prettier. See how it's just like dispersing the product? But now I'm like, is that too much product? Yeah, this is so pretty. I'm gonna put some on the nose. Okay, yeah, so obviously this one went everywhere, so I'm gonna have to fix that with concealer, but something about using that brush almost was like disturbing my foundation under. That's why I didn't like it, and I didn't want to blame the blush for it, but as you guys can see, this side is very, very seamless. So I kind of want to build up the blush even more and then add concealer over it because I'm crazy. And then we will even everything out with concealer. But oh my gosh, this is actually blending out so beautiful. It has such a beautiful dewy finish, and yes, it's super pigmented. I already know what the comments are gonna say. You did not need that much blush. You ruined your makeup. It's my makeup. Now that we look like this, now we're just going to go in with our concealer brush. The only thing I will say, I know everybody loves dew. Everybody loves the dew, and I do too. I do too, as long as it sets well with powder. I just wish it was more of like a natural finish rather than dewy, but I know that everybody loves the dew, so I know that I'm kind of alone on that. I'm just gonna add a little bit more concealer. This is from Tower 28, just right here, just so that it doesn't look so dark. But yeah, I mean, obviously this is all my doing. They're very, very pigmented. I don't know if these would be great for like over powder. Maybe we could try it out. I'm a little scared about that, but maybe. So I'm gonna set my face. I'll leave it on camera so you guys can see, but I'm just gonna set the under eyes with a puff, you guys already know, and then the face with a powder brush. We'll see how the blush looks after. So as you guys can see, the face is set and that blush is definitely still coming through. And I did want to point out, it is a little bit patchy on this side, but it's not on this side. And unfortunately, it has to do with the brush. Obviously, like sometimes technique is everything, but I feel like such dewy products like these definitely need a little bit of a fluffier brush rather than like stamping it on. But I still want to try out this side of the brush because this side was a little bit easier to use. So let me grab some bronzer. You guys know I have been obsessed with the one size bronzer, so I'm just gonna grab the brush. By the way, I just love this shape for bronzer brushes. It's like a pinched fluffy brush. If I had to pick from both brushes, I would definitely pick this one because this is actually very similar to this one. It's just a little bit less dense. It's still dense, but it's a little bit less dense. And so I actually, just my preference, I do prefer this, and I think this is a really nice brush. Again, the other one is nice as well. I just don't love it for these cream blushes. I think these cream blushes are so liquidy and dewy. I think maybe this would be nice for the for like the putty ones to actually like grab the product out of it. That is so pretty. So obviously I just applied a bunch of like powder bronzer to my skin, and the blushes are still coming through with the dew. So I definitely give them, I mean, I think they're gorgeous. I kind of want to try it out a little bit over powder just to see what happens. Why not? I'm quickly just going to add a little bit of bronzer to my eyelids, and then we can use their tubing mascara. So we're going to be using the tubing mascara, which I didn't realize it was tubing until I reviewed it in my last video. It is growing on me. If you've seen my review, you guys know that I said it was a good drugstore tubing mascara. It's not like my new favorite mascara, but the more I use it, the more I like it. It is called the e.l.f. Lash Extender, and it kind of is giving Thrive Cosmetics or like Milani tubing mascaras, and it's really nice. So think of like the Milani tubing mascara, but less goopy, which I actually appreciate. The Milani one does work nicely the longer you like let it dry out. This one doesn't need to be dried out. It definitely just works right off the bat. The formula, again, is not as goopy as the other one. I mean, it's a tubing mascara, so it's so easy to remove, and yet it doesn't smudge when you're wearing it. You guys know how I mentioned that I love wearing that eyebrow pencil to the gym because it's sweat proof. Well, so is this. This and the brow gel or the brow pencil are like my dynamic duo for the gym. I just like, you know, putting myself together sometimes. And I love a tubing mascara for the gym because I hate removing waterproof mascara, but I hate the smudge. And so the tubing mascara is perfect because the worst thing that could happen is like a little tube falls out, but that rarely happens with this mascara. So this is one coat. It's really pretty, like I mentioned. Is it like gonna be the most amazing mascara for me? No, I do have better ones, but for a drugstore tubing mascara, it is so pretty, it is so inexpensive, and it wears so well. Definitely gives a lot of length. Usually tubing mascaras are going to give you a little bit more length and volume, but the shape of this wand is just perfection. The formula is really nice. So moving on to the lips, I actually did give you guys not only like arm swatches but also lip swatches of all of the e.l.f. lip liners on my Instagram and TikTok, and I just wanted to show you guys today my favorite shade. So these lip liners are only $2. They're very, very inexpensive, and they're very nice. They're very pigmented. My favorite shade is Bad as Beige. It's like such a beautiful cool tone, pinky, brownie shade, which you guys know is my favorite. The only thing I will say, they claim to be like a matte or like a semi-matte finish. I don't think that's true at all. I think they're definitely satin. I don't know if you guys can tell, but see how it's like shiny? But as you guys can see, very creamy, very pigmented, literally melts onto the lips. So this is like my overall thoughts with these lip liners. They're super pigmented, super creamy, super beautiful, super inexpensive, just not the most long lasting. So as long as you're okay with that, I definitely think you will not regret spending $2. And like I mentioned, Bad as Beige is my favorite, but they do have so many beautiful shades. They have neutrals, a brown, a red, and a plum. So that is the lip liner. And to top it off, we're going to be using my favorite shade of the Reviver Glow Lip Oils. These are so nice. I also bought all the shades of the lip liners and of these. And my favorite shade is definitely Honey Talks. These are... some are more pigmented than others. These that are deeper are definitely more pigmented. They do have a clear one, which I use all the time because it's so like hydrating. But they also have like kind of like transparency shades like these that add just like a tiny hint of color. But the ones that look a little bit more milky are definitely a little bit more pigmented. Big fat doe foot applicator, and they taste and smell like mint. They're not plumping, but they are minty, and I actually like it. I think it's very refreshing, and that is the most beautiful lip combo ever. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of the video. This is so nice. Quick little roundup. I clearly liked everything, and like I mentioned, I already wore this CC cream throughout the whole day, and it's so nice. I think that if you like the original e.l.f. Camo CC cream, but you just have drier skin, you're really gonna like this. But I also don't think it's too hydrating for oily skin. I definitely think it's like a nice in-between. Eyebrow pencil, magical, beautiful, sweat-proof. Mascara is stunning, and again, wears super nice. These liquid blushes are definitely versatile. Like I mentioned, me personally, I would prefer something a little bit more semi-matte or natural, but for a dewy liquid blush, it is pigmented, it is blendable, it works under powder, over powder, great shades, great price. Lip liners, creamy, pigmented, beautiful, just not as like long wearing, but super inexpensive and stunning. Lip oils, I can't say anything bad about them. I think they're gorgeous. So hopefully this video was helpful. I will link everything down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had an amazing holiday season. It is almost New Year's. Let's keep the vibes going. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.